icebear. Alrighty. What we got here is a three-wheeled trike scooter. And the guy that owns this was telling me that he tried to start it this year after sitting over the winter, and all it does is crank. It won't fire up and run. So I told him to bring it on by. I'll take a look at it and see what I can find out. This is a 150 motor. It's a GY6. As you can see, he's already taken the seat pan off the seat, bucket of screws. He's got a brand new battery for it. So more than likely the carburetor has plugged up since it is sat over winter. Looks like he's replaced some vacuum hoses. That's not stock. That's aftermarket. But anyway, let's get the carburetor off and cleaned out and see what we get. Alright, let's see, we'll get the throttle unhooked. Takes a 12mm. There's room to move this. Not really. Might have to unhook that after I get it pulled off. Take the air filter off then. I can just leave that hooked up. Just set this off to the side. Stay right there. So you've got to unplug the enrichener, which it's wrapped around all this stuff. Alrighty, got this enrichener unplugged. And when I did that, I found, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a green ground wire. It's melted off the plastic covering. It was rubbing against the frame, shorting it out. Because I had this all wadded up and shoved over here into the frame. Let's see if I can. So I'm going to have to fix that. And that's a really sharp edge right there on the frame where that was at. I'm going to see if I can wad that up someplace else. There's that. Let's see. Take this vacuum line off. That can stay hooked to that. Alrighty. Now I can get to this. Come on. There we go. Put this back on so we don't lose that. Let's see. The only thing else that should be hooked up is the fuel line. Oh, we got that too. We can just unhook this from down here. Let's see. Bring that up. Get the little fuel line hooked up. And there's the carb. Alright. You can see there's some dirt in here. Not bad. It could use a cleaning. However, you notice the screws on the foot bowl. These are those kind, once they put them on, the head snaps off because they don't want you fixing the carb. They want you just to buy a new one instead of cleaning it. But I'm going to see if I can take my Dremel and cut a little slot in there to use a screwdriver to be able to take those off. Alright, I was able to get one of them out. Just took my Dremel, cut a little slot. See if I can do that with the other ones. Not quite. There's another one. 2 for 2. See if we can get the other two out without tearing anything up. That one's loose. One more. Perfect. Got him. Oh yeah. She's got some cred to her. Oops. It definitely needed cleaned. O-ring looks nice and good though. Alright, let's see. Get the let's get the fluid off of here. Needle looks good. Get the jets removed. Here's the idle. If I can do this without destroying it. Don't look too bad. Pretty clean. The main out. Let's see, that's probably a 7. Really don't look too bad inside there. The worst part is the float bowl. Get the enrichener, pull it off. That looks pretty clean inside there too. Alright. Stay up there. You want to be careful when removing these that you don't gouge this rubber diaphragm. Then you'll have to get a new one. That looks pretty clean too. Alrighty. air mixture is sealed up. The only way to get to that is to drill out this plug, which I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like it is, because I have a feeling the problem was just the jets were plugged up because of all of this. I bet anything the idle mixture or passages will be fine. I'll still give it a cleaning. And we'll get it put back together. Carburetor is clean and put back together. Let's get it put back on and see if this thing's going to run. Well, before I put the carburetor on, I noticed something else. It's right here is where this ground wire was melting because it was rubbing against the frame right there. But I got to looking, somebody has taken electrical cord and attached it somewhere, and it's down here rubbing against the frame. This has been cut open, and it's attached right there, which is exposed. So I need to get this fixed before I do any more with the carburetor. So let me get this unwrapped and see what's going on with that. Alright, I got this wire pulled out from underneath the frame, which the way I did that, I took this big long center bolt out and just lowered the frame down to where I could slide this out around here. As you can see, if I can zoom in, the wire exposed. Might be able to see where it's been arcing on the frame. And it is just kind of melted all around through there. Hopefully it's just this ground wire that has done that. I'm going to pull this all out, check all these wires, and then get it reconnected the correct way. Alright, I got that wire fixed right down there. Spliced in a new ground wire down here where it got to the nice smooth connection for it. Brought it all the way up around. It's now red and green, but no big deal. And it plugs in right there. Got the carburetor put back on. It's all hooked up. Air filter's on. Now all I gotta do is hook the battery to it, and let's see if it's gonna run. Alright, let's give this a try. I had to put this seat pan back in because that's where the battery sits. It's not mounted in there like it's supposed to be, but this is good enough for a test to see if she's gonna fire up and run. Keep your fingers crossed. Ignition. Alright. Now the muffler is rattling. You can see where the tailpipe right there is hitting part of this frame.
Wonder how I can get that away. Don't think it was a spring. I'm pretty sure it's up. Let me do some checking.
Definitely kind of a weird feeling trying to drive the thing. But anyway, it's back up and running. I'll let the guy know that it's fixed.